Welcome to WEFM's 3 p.m. News. I am your presenter, Jessica Klein. First on the local scene. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is vying for the presidency of the 33-member CELAC organization for 2023. Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves was scheduled to leave the country on January 21st for the 7th Summit of Heads of State and Government of the Community of the Latin America and Caribbean States, CELAC, in Argentina. This regional meeting focuses on strengthening ties among member states and promotes peace throughout Latin America and the Caribbean. The Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Kiesel Peters, SVG's ambassador to Venezuela, Gareth Bino, SVG's former ambassador to Venezuela, Andreas Wickham, and the Prime Minister's Security, Kendall Horner, were all part of the delegation. January 20th saw the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines signing a $6 million EC loan agreement with Guyana's Demerara Bank Limited at 5% interest on the declining balance for 50 prefabricated houses from Guyana. This first set of houses is expected to arrive by the end of March 2023. In reference to Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, the quality of the houses is durable enough to last a lifetime and can withstand up to Category 4 hurricanes. During his visit to Guyana earlier this month, the Prime Minister visited the Dura Villa apartments and low-income houses in Great Diamond East Bank, Demerara. He praised Guyana's affordable housing program as a great initiative and called it impressive, stating that the cost of the units is among the best in the region. Still on the local scene, a recently published release from the United Nations FAO says about 7% of St. Vincent and Grenadines' population is undernourished. The report was titled Regional Overview of 2022 Toward Improving Affordability of Healthy Diets. This report concluded that due to an increase in the cost of healthier foods, the percentage in Latin America and the Caribbean was 22.5%, or 131 million people, a hike of 8 million from 2019, who cannot afford to eat healthy. According to the FAO, Latin America and the Caribbean now sits 7.5% and 9.7% with hunger in the region, growing steadily even before the COVID-19 pandemic. During the last hunger data for the 2019 and 2021 periods, St. Vincent and the Grenadines was at 2.1%, with more than 30% of the population experiencing moderate or severe food insecurity. Other countries in which undernourishment grew the most were Ecuador with 3.8% points, Honduras with 2.2 percentage points, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines with 2.1 percentage points. In the region, an OECS heritage tourism project that will include the establishment of a heritage tourism network, a heritage tourism trail design, and a website with information on these heritage tourism products has been approved. At its third meeting on Wednesday, December 6, 2022, the Heritage Tourism Project Steering Committee reviewed the input from stakeholders, engagements, and validated the project proposal. This project was started in March 2022 to offer viable tourism products in the OECS when technical assistance was given to national trusts and similar institutions that have the responsibility for managing protected areas and the safeguarding of historic sites. This initiative, which included 2 regional consultations, resulted in the submission of a regional heritage tourism project proposal. Still on the regional scene, the long-standing relationship between China and Guyana has allowed for contributions to development, which will be continued now that Guyana is experiencing significant transformation. The president of Guyana, Dr. Irfan Ali, in a message issued on the occasion of the Lunar New Year, highlighted that Guyana and the People's Republic of China shared imperishable relations that are strengthened by ties of blood, history, friendship, and shared interests. President Ali said, "The Lunar Chinese New Year offers the promise of enhancing cooperation between our 2 states and peoples. The president extended best wishes to China and the Chinese community in Guyana, including the Chinese ambassador to Guyana, Guo Haiyan, and the staff of the embassy. The Chinese ambassador said, "This year marks the 170th anniversary of Chinese arrival in Guyana. The Chinese community has integrated deeply into the local society, and together they have contributed to Guyana's national independence and development." And on the international scene, Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida said it was a case of now or never, as his country is on the brink of not being able to function as a society because of its falling birth rate. Japan's population of 125 million is estimated to have less than 800,000 births in 2022. Birth rates are slowing down in many countries, including Japan's neighbors. But the issue is particularly critical in Japan, as life expectancy has risen in recent decades, meaning there are a growing number of older people and a declining number of workers to support them. According to World Bank data, Japan now has the world's second highest proportion of people aged 65 and over, after the tiny state of Monaco. This has been WEFM's 3 p.m. news. I have been your presenter, Jessica Klein. Join us again at 5:30 p.m. for WEFM's evening news, and we thank you for listening.